Welcome to Job Tips, the career and business development channel. In this video, 25 easy to start small businesses just for you. Okay, so you've been laid off or you're working for someone and you're just tired of working for the man and you want to step out and do your own thing. Well, what should you do? Well, I've got 25 things that I think are really good startup businesses. There are many, many more, but 25 that I really think are very good, solid ideas that will work in most markets around the country, indeed maybe around the world in most countries. Number one, dry clean, pickup, and delivery. There are a lot of people who take their own clothing, suits, dresses, shirts, pants, skirts, etc. to a dry cleaners. They drop them off, and when they're done, they got to pick them up, bring them back home. Sometimes they'll do it on the way to work, on the way home from work, etc. But it is an inconvenience to a lot of people. And people that have a lot of financial means are oftentimes quite willing to pay a service to pick up their dry cleaning, drop it off, bring it back when it's ready. They'll pay you a price for that. Number two, mobile locksmith. Maybe you are handy with doorknobs and locks, deadbolt locks, regular key locks, etc. Or you want to just learn it. And the tools are not terribly expensive. So a mobile locksmith is a great way to make additional money or develop a full-time business. Number three, gum and graffiti removal. As you go around most any large city, you will see gum on walls, concrete walls, brick walls, down alleyways where there are buildings, sidewalks, you name it, and graffiti. Well, someone is going to be paying to have all that cleaned up. May as well be you. You know, the tools that you would buy to provide that service are not terribly expensive. High pressure, high steam little tools that are fantastic, especially at gum removal and also different types of graffiti. Okay. Number four, you may have a skill in a specific type of thing like golf, maybe self-defense, maybe certain music, maybe a voice trainer for like singers. You can provide training in those specific areas that you have strengths and skills in. So take advantage of it. Make some money from it. Number six, pet sitting. Oh my goodness, how many people take vacations or take business trips and have to take the doggy to doggy daycare or the kitty cat or the goat? Well, maybe not a goat. You follow my point though. And what a great way to allow their pet to stay in the home, not go to a strange place, and maybe pick up bad habits, especially among doggies, right? They could hire someone who is reputable, who loves animals, to come to their home, care for that animal while they're gone, and pay you for it. Hey, I would do it. Number six, poop cleanup. There's money in poop, specifically doggy poo. You know, in cold climates where it snows a lot, in the wintertime, you let doggy out, doggy goes potty, he goes pee, or she goes pee, he goes poo. And, you know, it's harder to clean up after the animal when it's snowing, and it snows again, and it snows again. Well, in the springtime, when all that snow melts, sometimes the backyard is a backyard sea of poop. And people will pay you pretty nicely to clean that up. Don't be too proud to do some of these dirty jobs. There's money to be made in it. And I just want to interject here. If you have found yourself out of a job and you're saying, you know, the unemployment level is this, or I'm not finding a job, or I've tried it for whatever reason, I'm not getting hired. If you're physically able, you can make your own job. You either find a job or you can make a job. And there are few things that feel better to an individual than working for yourself. You're not tied to the corporate deal anymore. You're not working for someone else. You're working for yourself. And of course, your customers who hire you. What a great feeling, though. Number seven, lawn care. I have personally known people who left the corporate world, white-collar jobs, suit and tie, and went into lawn care. Mowing grass, trimming the shrubs, caring for the flowers for customers, and expanded into 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 trucks and became millionaires. You can grow that business from as small as you want to as large as you want, provide whatever services you want, customize it any way that you want. It's a great business to go into. Number 8, adventure tours. If you're in a part of the country like Alaska, Wyoming, Oregon, Washington State, the Midwest, all kinds of the mountains in the Virginias and Tennessee and areas of Kentucky and historic areas around the country. Think about this. If you love sightseeing and you love going around to those kinds of monuments or places to enjoy nature, why not, if you have a van, or if you don't, if you have a way of getting a van that might be a 15-passenger van, make an adventure tour business out of it. You can advertise on Google, on Facebook, different groups. Also, there are companies that advertise, like Airbnb types of companies that link to also adventure tours for their area that can get you business. It can be a very good business, and it really can become more a business that is more of a hobby, if you will, than a business. Enjoy and love what you do. Go see things that you always love to go and see and get paid for it. Why not? And make a lot of friends along the way. Be surprised how much money you can make. Number 9, a courier service. There are businesses who, rather than putting an important document in the mail to have it go across town and get there in a couple days, they'll hire a courier service to come pick up that document and deliver it. Legal documents, medical documents, all sorts of documents. That's a great way to earn additional cash if you're short on cash, or build it into a full-time business. Number 10, are you a mechanic? Are you working in a shop and you don't like the people you work for? Or you just want out of the shop environment? If you already have your tools, and if you have a pickup truck, most mechanics do, not all, but if you have a pickup truck where you can put like a utility belt on the back, or if you have a van, you can put boxes in the back, like toolboxes, or like a utility type of vehicle where you've got boxes that are accessible from the outside, right? All sorts of ways that you can outfit that van with your tools and be a mobile mechanic, whether it is for automotive, that is passenger car light truck, or heavy truck, such as Pepsi trucks, UPS trucks, those kinds of larger trucks. Whatever kind of mechanicking that you do, there is a business to be had in the mobile mechanic world. Now, if you're in a very, very cold climate, it might be more seasonal. Or if you don't mind working out in the freezing cold in those climates, you can do that. But just know that if you don't have a propensity to enjoy working out in the cold, a cold climate atmosphere might not be the best one for that kind of business. Do what makes sense for you, but it's a great business to do. Number 11, carpet cleaning. Do you know you can get into the carpet cleaning business for $2,000 or $3,000? Not every carpet cleaner has a big van with a big built-in van mount, they call them truck mounts, and all the expensive tools and whatnot that go into it. Some of those vans have $100,000 worth of goodies on board. It makes them, able to do a pretty tremendous job. You can do pretty effective carpet cleaning with a simple floor machine that buffs floors. Not the high speed, but the slow speed machines. There are chemistries today and processes today that allow you to do that and make a very good living cleaning carpets. And then you could upgrade if you wanted to into a van-mounted type of system and go bonkers from there. As part of carpet cleaning, you can also do carpet dyeing, which I have like as number 12. Dyeing carpets a different color. Not every fabric of carpet dyes successfully very easily. Most of them do. Nylon, wool, cottons. But most carpets are either nylon or polyester. But you can easily dye carpet, especially like a full room or a full house or a full church building of carpet, or a commercial building if it's got solid color, where maybe the church is looking for, in this example, a church or a synagogue. Maybe they have a carpet. I just lost a plant. That's okay. Hey, the spice of life, right? Maybe they have a carpet that is fading or is wearing, and rather than replacing $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $50,000 or more worth of carpet, you can dye the whole thing for a fraction of that and make tremendous amount of money on the side. So carpet dyeing would be number 12 rather. Number 13, a tax preparer. You don't have to be a CPA to prepare people's taxes. But there are a number of people who don't have the wherewithal, the understanding to even, believe it or not, complete a simple 1040. Even though it's laid out pretty easily, there are some folks who just don't have that. Or maybe it's a tax return that has some other complexities that you can easily do as a tax preparer. Check with licensing the requirements to do that in your area, or even by the federal government. But you can do that all day long. Now, that is a seasonal business during tax time, right? But if you're also maybe a bookkeeper, you could tie that into bookkeeping. Number 14, mobile car wash or detailer. Here's one way that a mobile car wash guy or gal can make a pretty good sum of money, particularly if you're in a warmer climate where it's more of a year-round type of business. You can go into office buildings, drop your card, right, and all the different offices in that office complex and say, look, on Tuesdays, I'll be here, or Mondays, whatever the day is, I'll be here with my mobile unit to wash cars. Let me know the night before or a couple of days before, or you choose the advanced interval in which you want to get notified about who all wants their vehicles washed, and we'll be able to wash those cars and spend the day there washing cars. Years and years ago, I mentioned in a land far, far away in a former life of mine, a company did that. I was in an office building that probably had, I'm going to suppose, 40 or 50 offices in it. I mentioned Tuesdays because that was the day that this company came out, and they spent the entire day from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. washing cars, making a nice sum of money. I don't remember how many people we had choosing them to wash the car, but one time I had done a quick calculation because you charge not just what a car wash would charge, maybe another $5 or $10, a bit of a premium, and we all paid it. It wasn't a big deal, and it came out to like $1,400 in one day. Now, you need to have a trailer or something that can handle like a large water tank and, pressure washer and those sorts of things so you can do your thing. But invest the money, and the money you can make is pretty tremendous. Junk removal will be number 15. Junk removal. 800 got junk. Have you seen that before? You can make good money just clearing out people's junk. They may have a full garage of, it's just junk. Or maybe somebody has passed away, and that person maybe was somewhat of a hoarder, right? And the kids or the family members come in and say, we don't have to deal with all this stuff. Hey, junk removal guy, come in, take it all off to the dump. We don't need it here anymore. And they'll pay you a nice fee for that. Number 16, tutoring. What if you have a certain level of skill in algebra or science or the language arts or history, whatever the case may be, or music, and you have an ability to tutor children, grade school through high school, in the subject that they may be struggling with. Providing that service, it won't make you a huge amount of money. But this may not be a full business that you would want perhaps to provide a full income for a family with a mortgage and stuff. But it might be the second income of the family. You know what? Why not lend your skills, your knowledge to a tutoring service? Number 17, pressure washing. Pressure washing the sides of houses, sidewalks, driveways, etc. Walkways in front of shopping areas like strip malls. It takes a pressure washer, the high PSI or pounds per square inch of pressure, high PSI, perhaps heated pressure washers. They may cost you a few $1,000s to invest, maybe more. All depends on what type of setup that you have. But pressure washing, you can make a pretty good living with. Number 8, seal coating. Seal coating is what you would do for blacktop types of driveways, sidewalks, parking lots, etc. Not so much concrete, but blacktop. So every year or two, a lot of people would like to have their driveways resealed if they have that type of blacktop type of driveway. Maybe blacktop sidewalks. Some areas of the country have those. Parking lots. You can make a pretty decent living providing seal coating in the right parts of the country. Number 19, gutter cleaning. No one likes to get up on ladders and clean out their gutters, and some people physically can't. Either they have physical limitations or they're just too old, but they need to have their gutters cleaned out. You want gutter cleaning service. And maybe if you're handy this way, you can also provide gutter repair, gutter replacement. Kind of tied in with that, right? Number 20, windshield repair. You've all heard of some of these national companies, like a Safe Light Repair, Safe Light Replace, right? Please don't judge my singing. It's not that good. Well, you're not replacing windshields. You're just providing repair. The little dings, they have little small cracks and those sorts of things. It's really easy to do. The investment in tools to do it is super, super cheap, and you can make a pretty decent living doing it. Don't be so concerned that you have national competitors doing it as well. Just having you involved in the marketplace, you're a local person, it's a mom and pop business, it's local, it's those, you can promote those kinds of things. People will enjoy doing business with a local startup, somebody who's among them, who's not a national chain. They'll use your services because of that. So that's an option for you. Number 21, a packing and unpacking business. There are a lot of folks who are moving from place to place, cross country or otherwise, even the same town. They can't stand packing and then unpacking. Now, if they're using a moving company provides the packing for them, but not the unpacking. Now, I suppose if you pay a moving company to unpack as well, you might get that service. Generally speaking, though, they pack it, they fill the truck, they deliver it, they unload the truck into your house, you have to unpack it all. Well, you can provide a unpacking service. Hey, number 21 ties into the tax preparer role, and that is bookkeeping. If you're savvy with bookkeeping, if you have that knowledge, maybe you worked for an accounting firm or you worked for somebody in that capacity before, but you want to do it yourself as a freelancer, start a bookkeeping service, right? Number 23, computer repair. Maybe you're a computer geek. Ever hear of the Geek Squad? Right? I think that's run by Best Buy, I believe. Well, if you like to fix computers, you can be a mobile computer repair guy. Or if you have a space, maybe in your home, if it's appropriate, zone for it, you're okay with this, or maybe you have a small storefront, people can bring their computers to you. But guess what? That may also dovetail into cell phone repair, other small types of devices like that, repairing those if you're so inclined. There you go. Number 24, a limousine service. People pay handsomely to have a nice stretched limousine come pick them up, whisk them away to a play or to a fancy dinner or to an event, right? It's going to take a little money, but you can buy a used limousine for not a lot of money in most parts of the country. Pretty good looking used limousine that you can spiff up and make really, really nice for not a huge amount of money. Limousines generally, in most times, I should say, most cases, don't hold their value. So a person may have bought that limousine for $75,000, 4 years later selling it for $20,000. Now don't correct me on that if you know that there are some different numbers, but you follow my point. They lose their value very, very fast. So you can pick up a really nice 3 or 4 year old limousine for not much money compared to buying brand new. If you can, do a limousine service. You have to have a different kind of insurance, so that and maybe even a different license because it's an endorsement to carry passengers. Easy though to get. Don't let it stop you. And number 25, that is a language interpreting service. Maybe you're fluent in another language, maybe in sign language, maybe French, Spanish, German, Russian, whatever the case may be. You can get full-time gigs working for courts, working for attorney, not necessarily a specific attorney, but maybe attorney groups that'll hire you to do all their legal interpreting. Or maybe you work for an interpreting service that sends out interpreters for medical appointments for those types of people that speak different languages, or maybe you're deaf, for job interviews, those sorts of things, and you're that other voice, right? You are the interpreter. You can make a pretty decent living doing that and start your own business. Well, hey, I hope this helped you. I hope you liked this video. Let me know down below some other business ideas that you can think of that people could start with not a lot of money out of pocket and start a business and make a good living. Also, I'd love to hear your thoughts about the video and other ideas of videos that you'd like me to do for you. Meantime, I would so much appreciate it. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell to ensure you don't miss any new videos. And from Job Tips, I hope you develop the kind of business that you want to have.